Hello my friends and welcome back to Kurt Berglund's Baseball World. Do a lot of things on this channel and there's more stuff coming all the time. I'm getting questions from, before we start with our Statis Pro dice-free version, I'm getting questions the last few days. How do I join your channel? How do I become a member? How do I become a member of your channel? I've set up a membership program on my channel that features members-only videos, members-only discounts on the secondary store, and lots more coming up over the next few weeks and months. Members-only polling to help determine new features on the channel, and a exclusive baseball history feature that I'm going to be creating. And I've got my first stuff on the channel for members only right now waiting for you. People are saying, okay, I want to join, but how do I do it? Well, on YouTube, you have to click on my channel name, which is Kurt Berglund's Baseball World. And if you click on this and go to my channel homepage, you're going to see a button that says Join. That will give you the ability to join and more details about what you get with membership. So I encourage you to do that. Click on my homepage, get there, and then click on Join, and you'll get all of the membership information right there. Much more about that coming in the next few days. Today, we're going to take a look at Statis Pro Baseball. Had a lot of questions from you guys. Some of you are saying, I'm a big Statis Pro Baseball fan, but I'm not in love with the fast action cards. Well, I've discovered a free site, tabletopsports.com. I'll put the link in the video description. Has reams of free Statis Pro downloads. If you haven't checked it out, you really need to go look. There's a lot of free seasons. I just downloaded 1959 and printed it. Free. A whole season. Free. And I would bet, I don't know, there's 15 or 20 other seasons on there for your use, or maybe more. Excuse me, for your use as well. So, I've downloaded the charts. I want to show you what I use from that site to do Statis Pro Baseball with just dice and no fast action cards. Now, of course, you can set up a hybrid for yourself. You can do fast action cards for some of it, dice for the rest, and that's great too. But if you're looking for a dice-free version, I can send you the stuff I use. If you take a look at what I'm showing you and you say, Kurt, I want that, email me at berglund.kurt@yahoo.com. I'll send you my PDFs of the stuff that I've downloaded to do my Statis Pro FAC free version. No FACs. I'm saying dice free. I don't mean dice free. Dice only version. Now, one other thing. I've started a replay, a 1983 Brewers replay. I'm 19 games into it with this. So I'm getting some data, and it's looking really good so far. So I'm really happy with it. All right, let's look. There's four things. There's actually five documents that I use. 5 sheets. I've put them on cardstock, but you wouldn't have to. You could put them on regular printing paper, and you'd be good to go. Let's take a look at what I have. What you see in front of you is the single most important piece of the FAC free version. If you want a dice version of Statis Pro Baseball, this is your go-to document. I want to show you what's here, excuse me, and what I use. First of all, what do you do with Statis Pro? Well, you need 2 D8 dice. D8, 8-sided dice. I read the red as the tens digit and the white as the ones digit. You need 3d6s, one of a different color, and then two that you're going to read the same. All right, so in Statis Pro, as you know, players are rated for different attributes. So I'm doing an 83 Brewers replay. So they're rated for the kind of hitter that they were. Let's take an up close and personal look at the rating system. You could be an RP hitter. Now, an example of an RP hitter is someone like Gorman Thomas in 1983, right-handed power. RN, excuse me, right-handed neutral hitter, Paul Molitor. LP, Cecil Cooper, left-handed power. LN, left-handed neutral, Jim Gantner. LP, LN, and pitchers. On the dice-only version, this is your out chart. So this tells you what happens. If you look at the chart and you say, okay, well, what does the X mean? What does the A mean? These are for when runners are on base. So, for example, let's say Paul Molitor is at the plate as an RN batter. And he makes an out. But he rolls a 25, which is a GX4. The X, all that means is that's your fielder's choice result. So if there's a runner on first, you get a 4-6 put out. Here's your runner, base runner. You look down, GX4, it's a 4-6 put out. B-1 in parentheses, the batter goes to first. The parenthetical tells you other information about the play. So this would be a 4-6. You roll a GX3. It's a 3-6 put out, and so on. B1, batter goes to first. Now, if you roll an A, let's say Molitor is up. You roll a 27. G4A. Ground ball, second base, A. 4-3 put out, we got a runner on first. 4-3 put out, 1-2, what does that mean? It means the runner on first goes to second. So the A stands for advances. Ground out to second with the base runners advancing. So 4-3 put out, runner on first, goes to second. The chart is easy once you kind of get the flow of what it's telling you. Now, if you look across the top of the page, you get all of the base runner situations listed for you here, including if the infield is back or in, back or in, back or in, and then finally, when they're loaded, back or in. That's it. All you need to do is to determine back here what kind of out took place, match it with the base runner situation. Obviously, if there's no one on, you're just looking here. But if there's somebody on, you can figure out what happened. And this page tells you everything that the fast action deck, almost everything that the fast action deck tells you in Statis Pro. But there's more. Let's talk about errors. If, in playing with the dice version of the game, you happen to roll a 1 here, on your 3D6s, this one tells you you're going to need to make an error check. Now, your error chart is right here. All you need to do is to roll your 2d8 dice, look at the chart, comparing it with the fielding rating, the error rating for the player involved. So let's go back to Molitor. His error number is a 3. He's an E3. So his number is here. He makes errors on a roll of 11 to 21. Now remember, the rolls on D8s go from 11 to 88. So if you do an error check and Molitor is involved, for example, he's an E3, and you roll anything with between an 11 and a 21 inclusive, he makes the error. But now you say, okay, well, what kind of error is it? The next chart tells you that. You re-roll your 2d8s. He's an infielder. You had error type 1, error type 2, error type 3, depending upon what you roll between 11 and 88. Now, you say to me, Kurt, what are these error types? And they're listed for you right here. So all you have to do is to see, okay, what's my error type? And then go up here and the chart will tell you what happens. And after you do this 2 or 3 times, you got it. Very simple. The last thing that this does, well, actually one of the last things, there's actually a few more things. Clutch Defense CD, which is on the fast action cards. Here it's on your chart. If you roll a 6 as part of your 3d6s, you're going to come, you have a chance to come to the clutch defense chart, or you could go to the clutch hitting chart, depending upon what this combination is. 2 through 8 here, clutch defense. 9 through 12, clutch hitting. And you roll your 2d8s, and you look at the chart based on what kind of batter you have. So for Molitor, RN, you roll your, if he was at bat, you'd roll your 2d8s, and you determine which fielder was being tested for clutch defense. That's it. All of that is on this page. It's very easy. If you are inclined to use more advanced rules for your Statis Pro enjoyment, you can determine the stuff that a pitcher has on this chart. Balks, wild pitch, pass ball. You even get a legend up here for how to read everything so you forget, and it tells you what to do. This page is amazing. All you really need to get started is right here. Let me show you, now that I've shown you this, let me show you the other charts that you can get, and I'll be happy to send to you if you would like to not hunt for them on the Tabletop Sports page. I'm not going to send you seasons because you can get those yourself off the Tabletop Sports page. But if you want the charts that I use for this, that I did get off the Tabletop Sports page, then just let me know. Berglund.kurt@yahoo.com. All right, so we're going to put this chart aside for a while and go to the other stuff. Now, one of the things that you hear about the vintage version of Statis Pro is it doesn't have splits. Well, there is on this page. It gives a splits breakdown of how to do splits. It also gives an optional pitching adjustment chart for when a pitcher is throwing a shutout. This is your clutch defense chart. This is your clutch offense chart. Notice the CDs only go 0 to 2, second edition. So if you use a more recent version, you're going to need updated charts. Stolen base charts, runners advancing on base hits. And there's a defense option play chart here as well. It comes up every time there's a yellow reading on your dice chart. Defense has a choice to make. Hit and run, bunting for a hit, sacrifice, squeeze, and tagging up are on this page. And last but not least, your Z chart, which happens in the dice version when you roll triples. When you roll triples, I'm giving you sixes, but it could be any triple. Any triple number here. Then you go to the Z chart and re-roll your D8s. You look at this list or maybe this one. That's it. So you got the Z chart, bunting for a hit, stolen base charts, splits, clutch defense, pitching adjustment, clutch batting, and where it all happens, your game chart. So there's 5 pieces of paper. Some of these other ones you don't use that much. And then you're up to your cards and you're ready to play. 3 D6s, 2 D8s. And you're ready to roll Statis Pro without fast action cards. Finally, one more time. Check out my channel homepage. Click the join button and you can see what will be available to you as a member. You are probably a subscriber already. But if you join, additional things become available to you. And I'm working on expanding that all the time. So that's an option. Thank you for being with me. I hope this has helped. More Statis Pro baseball coming on my channel very, very soon. Having a great time with the game and getting some good results as well. All right, have a wonderful day. So long, everybody.